What up, baby?
Lightning, thunder, it's the Storm Warning show on the come up with Big Groov and Ablakk too. Have your popcorn ready when you come through. We talking hurricanes and how they making moves with pick six to the houses and big hits like ooh. Next man step up, and that's the motto. We building up a dynasty today for tomorrow. BCS wins in them poll rankings again. If you ain't heard about the U, then homie, where you been? It gotta be something in the water, cause when it come to them trenches, you know the Canes is digging harder. If the legacy don't kill them, then the speed will. When you see that you on your schedule, just know that ain't gonna be no cheap thrill. Leave it all on the field. Been doing that for years. Play the game like how you practice, that's what it is. Canes causing havoc on the field. Hit the op so hard that they gon' have to go back and game plan and run drill. The game on the line on fourth, we gon' go. And keep on coming up like the Storm Warning show. Yeah.
Oh! What's up, baby? This your boy, Big Groov.
What it do, people? You know, this is your man, Ablakk. Always, we in the building on this Thursday. It's
1 o'clock.
Nice up here.
It's 1 o'clock here in Atlanta. It's semi-cold. The weather changing a little bit. As you can hear it in my voice. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get adjusted. My body trying to get adjustment. What's going on, though, bro?
Shit, man.
How you feeling?
Shit,
How you feeling about this ass kicking we took Saturday?
Bro, I spoke about that shit Tuesday. I was like, yo, I feel how everybody else feel. I was disgusted with this shit. You know what I mean? I was disgusted with it. I didn't like it. I didn't like how some of these cats laid down. I don't appreciate it. It was a bad showing, yo. It was a bad showing all around. Don't like it. Being a former player and a coach, I'm okay. I'm okay with a loss, right? I'm okay with losing. I'm okay with that. But I'm not okay with my soldiers around me or my players if I'm a coach, right? Just giving up. I'm not okay with that. Like, I'm not okay with that at all, bro. I'm never gonna be okay with that. I don't care what team it is, Miami, Colorado, Buffalo, Ravens, whatever. It's not a good look. You know what I'm saying? It's not a good look, and I'm not okay with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that hit me in a different place on Saturday. You know, if I would have did this Saturday, I would have probably been a lot more emotional. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I get it. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I get it. Like, I admit Florida State right now is a better team. I can admit that, but I'm not okay with. But I'm not okay with just not competing. I'm not okay with that. I'm not okay with that, yo. I'm not cool with that. I'm not cool with we not competing. We didn't compete. Some of us, not all, not all. Not talking to all, because some of us went out there and laid it out there. Some players did, and there was a few positives. But we as a team, we gonna roll together. We gonna win together. We gonna lose together. We gonna put heads to bed together. So if we lose as a team. If it look bad, don't matter if 2 or 3 people look good. The consensus is we still lost, so we look bad as a team, as a unit, as a squad. Period. And my thing is like, yo, Cassie, you don't want to play, then don't play. Simple as that. Let it yo, give me the walk on. Give me the walk on. That's gonna go out there and give his life. I'm tired. I'm tired of this mentality. This.
So let's kind of dive. Let's kind of dive. It's not much to talk about the game, man. Like I spoke on it yesterday on, you know, like I spoke on it yesterday on If It Ain't Real, It Ain't Groove, man. You know, it's not nothing positive to take away from the game. It's just a lot of improvement. But let's dive into, you know what I'm saying, why do you feel like it was a lack of effort? Because I have my thoughts on why I feel like it is, and I know you have yours. And I'll go first. I kind of think that it's I kind of think that some of you can tell like the guys don't want to play in the offense. It's kind of like this shit is not. It doesn't fit us. It doesn't appease. It doesn't. Everybody is not getting looks. You know what I'm saying? And then you kind of see that transition over to the defensive side of the ball because you can tell that they're frustrated because it's like, fuck, we just got off the field. You know what I'm saying? I know. And when Coach Steele first got here, he said they're firemen. Their job is to put out fires. But at some point, you be like, God damn, another game where y'all ain't gonna put up no points and go on a long drive for us to, you know what I'm saying, to get a breather, to get a rest, put up some points, give us some, you know what I'm saying, give us some better field position to work with. You know what I'm saying? We crossed the 50 one time.
Right.
But then it makes the defense look bad when they're getting ran on and getting points scored on because they got to defend a short field. That puts a lot of pressure on the defense. You feel what I'm saying? And I think more so you saying is more so frustration with the players because, and I hate to keep going back to that those kids, they didn't give up last year. They fought last year. And these are the same players that we have starting that took over and you saw a fight within a squad. I understand we got injuries. I understand that. We had injuries last year. Injuries happen in football. You feel what I'm saying? But I feel as if, you know, just like I know, you played DB, you played running back. If the offense, say if you was on, you was primary running back, right, Black? Am I right or wrong?
Right.
All right. So if you constantly like, damn, defense, y'all let them score again. Now we back, you know what I'm saying? Now we got to put the fire out. Y'all gonna get a stop. And that's vice versa. If I'm getting stops because early on, though, they was getting stops. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, you got
even in the Virginia game. Even in the Virginia game, it's like, okay, we won that game, but you can see the frustration. It's like, bro, let's put these balls away. Our job is to put out the fire, not score points. If we score points, that's a plus. But y'all job is to put up points. I was always taught if we put up 28 points, we're supposed to win the game. That was back in 2003, 2001, 2002. That's not more so the case. Now, it's more so if I put up 35, 42 points, I'm supposed to win the game. Nowadays, you feel the same with the offensive. But I think that, me personally, bro, I think at the end of the season, Mario and Gaddis needs to part ways. And we need to go after a guy that suits the type of player that is at Miami. Because as a head coach, my job is to come in and fit my system around what I have. I have to make some tweaks. You know what I'm saying? And the ones that do that, you see success. You see trial and error. You see Nick Saban go from, I'm just running a smash mouth, I'm using 3-4 running backs, and we running the ball. Now you don't even really see 1,000-yard back at Alabama unless you really that guy.
Right.
Unless you what's my man name? The running back you think that's kind of overrated.
Derrick Henry?
Big boy. Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? You see, he wrote when he has a guy that he can ride, he's gonna ride him. But the last 3 or 4 years, it's been all about receivers and quarterbacks. You had Williams.
I think he have 1,000-yard back this year, but yeah.
But he's special.
Yeah,
that's a special running back.
Yeah, you damn right. You damn right. He's special, Jack. You damn right. He put that S in special, Jack. Yeah,
you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, but what I said all that to say this: Nick Saban tweaked his mindset and the way that he wanted to do things because he's a run first guy. But he's saying after that ass kicking he took to Ohio State, hey, I gotta open this thing up. I gotta get me a mobile quarterback. You feel me?
Right.
I gotta do this. I gotta do that to be able to compete. And now you're starting to see Georgia do the same thing.
Yeah.
You starting to see them do the same thing.
Because Georgia was almost mirror image in offense to Bama. Smash mouth power. And then once, And then once Bama, like you said, made that transition when Nick realized, like, you know what? I gotta go with the times. This smash mouth ain't gonna work forever. Georgia doing the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So exactly, like at the end of the season, a meeting of the minds is gonna have to happen. You know what I'm saying? And like, you know what I'm saying? Wait till the end of the season. If that's the case, then look, thank you, cool, whatever. You know what I'm saying? If that happens, you know what I mean? But like you said, like, yeah, the players are probably frustrated. They probably are. But at the end of the day, even if I was frustrated, I still gotta go out and I still gotta try to perform. I cannot not try to perform at my best, even though I'm frustrated. I may be pissed the hell off, but I gotta perform. I still have to perform because at the end of the day, Groov, you and I, we trying to get to that. We trying to change our what's the word I always say? We trying to change our tax bracket when our name is called. You know what I'm saying? So because when you sitting in those meetings, and like I said to somebody before, I've sat in front of dudes, NFL teams, when they came to my school and they watching tape, and they ask, well, what happened on this play? It looked like you took the play off. And I was like, no, da-da-da-da. And they're like, okay, I can see that. So these are these questions they're going to ask, like, oh, so if you're frustrated and if we draft you, if you're frustrated with the offense, are you telling me I'm paying you millions of dollars, you ain't going to work hard? Like that's the type of questions that you're going to get asked. But I get it as a player. Like, I'm speaking from a player. Like, yo, I understand. I've been there. I've been frustrated. I've been in a bad locker room when I first got to a school to help bring. I've been there, so I know. So can't nobody tell me, right? Well, you don't understand. No, we do understand. When I say we, I'm speaking to me and my brother. We understand.
I'm glad you brought that up because me and Joe was speaking yesterday, and shout outs to my boy Joe. And he made a great point. He was like, man, these kids want to win. You can tell it's not the fact that they're not buying in on Mario. They were all in on him. You feel what I'm saying? But you know, just like I know, when stuff doesn't go like you think it was going to go, like the loser happened, it's more so disappointment. I don't think the kids don't care. You feel what I'm saying? I think it's more so frustrated because they thought it was going to be a different outcome. You feel what I'm saying? And then, maybe, but they also feel like they did. But it feel like some are they feel like they're getting thrown under the bus. And I can see this kind of like, damn, coach, you gonna say all this, but what about this? I think me personally, I think Mario could go about, and Coach Gaddis can go about doing things a certain way as far as in the media. Like, especially with Gaddis. You can't put, oh, we gotta have players that want this, and that, and the third, but you're not putting us in position to score points. We went 3 games this year without scoring points. You took no shots in the end zone against Texas A&M, a depleted Texas A&M. Mm-hmm. So what about you, Coach? I haven't once heard him say it's on me. And I know I haven't heard Gaddis say that, but I've heard Coach Mario say it countless of times. I've heard him say it too. I've heard him take accountability on that part. But I'm saying, as far as you feel what I'm saying, I feel as if he needs to hold Gaddis accountable to say, hey, you need to come out and let these people know that this is on you too. You see, I'm taking accountability. You feel what I'm saying? Because just think about it, Black. Say if you to start back, you to start and running back, and you constantly hear how this, that, and you constantly hear, you know what I'm saying, that you're not doing this and you're not doing that. But it's like, Coach, why the fuck are you running a toss on third and 9? Why are you running a toss play?
Right here, hey, Ryan, the Kendall comment you made, that's not true. Like that's not true. He didn't back out because it got leaked. It was something else. Why? And if I was able to tell you, you'll be like, man, that's admirable of him. But it wasn't because
I can't speak on that, Ron. I don't know anything about that. Black more clubs than me. On that. Let's get into some of these comments real quick. I want to read off what some of these guys.
But to say what you were saying, like even in that Florida State game, there was dudes wide open. Like the one time when Mallory I'm bugging. But the one time
I don't know what you're gonna say. I don't know the play you talk about, and I got a rebuttal to that.
The one time when TVD threw it to Restrepo,
The Restrepo. Yeah.
Mallory
You
was
see him on the corner.
On the corner route. He was
Go back and look at it, Black. Go back and look at it. I got to record it. Go back and look at it. He was not what you call it was X was open. X was open. The corner, the safety had he made a bad throw.
Yeah, I'm not saying X wasn't open, but yeah, it was a safety. It was safety sitting there, and Mallory was breaking open. You know the term. I'm gonna throw you open, even if it's a safety right there where Mallory was going. You throw him open, but I'm like, yo, that happens. Like, yo, even like as running backs, when we see a different hole, right? We see a different hole, then we watch film, and the coach will be like, the hole was right there, and you like, coach.
I know it sounds like that, coach, but you ain't see that dude flash in front of me.
Exactly, you didn't see that dude flashing. So from us, we see it, but it's like we don't see what he see. Like, yeah, dude, coach, that dude flashed. That's why I chose that hole. So I get it. I ain't ragging him. I get it because, like, yo, I don't see what you see. You know what I'm saying? I got the ability to watch it on TV, rewind it. All he doesn't have that. It's like
especially in the heat of the moment. It's like, you know and then he got flushed. Then he had to step up. Now it was you know what I'm saying? So exactly. But like I said, I'm not saying that it's not plays where the player. It's all. Like I always say, players play, coaches coach. You gotta execute as a player. You feel what I'm saying? But it's the coach's job to put you in a position to succeed.
Of course, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? Like, but some, you know, like some dudes haven't really bought in. You know what I'm saying? But that's neither here nor there. At the end of the day, like, yo, I'm about how, yo, we gotta get this fixed. We gotta get this shit fixed.
So I think these NIL deals is taking the dog out the players. Now they got some money. Now they I don't think that's the case because everybody's not getting money.
Yeah, but my counter offer, right? My counter to that, right? My counter to that is that happening for all the other players across the country? Like Texas and
TCU,
and Tennessee and TCU,
you know what I'm saying?
And Bama and USC and like no, it's going to affect individuals who's going to affect them. It's not going to affect the masses. Now, if it's affecting our players, some of our players, then they're allowing that to affect them. But I don't think the NIL money is affecting everybody.
Yeah. I can understand why you can think that because it's new to them. You know what I'm saying? But me personally, if I was in a position to get NIL money, it would be motivation to me because I want more money. I love chili. Right. I want more money. So I know I'm trying to outperform what they giving me so I can get more. I'm looking at shit, this freshman finna get $8-something million. I want 10.
Yeah,
so I don't think those kids, you know what I'm saying? Because it's not a lot of them not getting enough money where it can you know what I'm saying, judge that. You know what I'm saying? That's just my take. I can see how you can feel like that though. Kane Forever. I heard, hold on.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go back to Kane Forever joint, yo. My bad.
I heard what said yesterday. What Warren Sapp, I didn't hear what Sapp said. What did he say?
I didn't hear everything, but I heard a snippet where he was saying that, you know, he wanted to get with the D lineman. And Alonzo arranged for him to be able to get a whole week to work, you know, to sit down and talk and work out with the D lineman and exchange phone numbers. And then, you know, they can send him their tape and then they can just, you know, do work on things like that. You know what I'm saying? That's
some good shit right there. Yeah, I like
that's
that.
The only part that I heard. You know what I'm saying? That's the only part that I heard.
What's up, Keith? What's up, big dog?
But, you know, Jay, to answer your question, like at this point, it's the team is riddled with, they have to play. So it's like, and some of them aren't, but the ones that are, they at this point, they got to. Like, yo, we down to our 4th-string guard right now. Like, Seymour's, Nelson's not coming out. It's already been leaked that his agent told him to sit out. Like, don't come back and play. So he's not going to be playing.
That's smart. I can't, and I am not and I can't fault the kid for that. I can't fault him for that.
I mean, I can fault him. See, only reason
I'm not saying you are. I'm not saying you are, but I'm just saying, hey, it's only 3 games left. What are we doing? You feel what I'm saying?
Right. But this is my thing with that, though, right? You have a lot of bad tape out there. right? You have a lot of bad tape, and you're gonna go to the draft. You're gonna declare most likely. Where do you expect to get drafted? If you get drafted at all, like we've seen this from our players, like we've seen, like for instance, bro, you and I both said on and off platform, there's no way in high whatever that Gerald Willis should not have been drafted.
Yes. That still bothers me. Exactly,
that he should have went undrafted, where he was the best D tackle in the ACC that year,
by far in the nation. Shit,
by
far the ACC that year.
And he didn't get drafted. It's like, yo, like it's blasphemy. So now we take Nelson. He's not the player, and I know it's two different positions, but to me, he's not the player Gerald Willis was. And I'm like, where did you see yourself going?
But you got to go off where the NFL sees you. And he's been projected a first round pick 2 years straight.
I get that. So was Gerald Willis.
You know what I'm saying? So do you risk? But I don't think he's not as much as Zion, though, because you got to think he still got but he also has some great tape out there too.
Yeah, he got
because
some good
he didn't give up a sack. He didn't give up a sack last year or the year or his sophomore and junior year. He didn't give up a sack. You feel what I'm saying? But I think he go both ways. I feel what you're saying on that because you do got bad film out there. You leave the what if. You feel what I'm saying?
Exactly. The what if.
Yeah, but what do you do? How do you? But as a parent, what do you do? How would you tell Nas like, hey, so I know you just came off this ACL. Tell you nicked up right now. We only got 3 games left. You know what I'm saying? What do you go? How do you tell this kid to go out there and risk getting hurt even more, and then whatever position you may get looked at, you plummet even more. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I mean, that's why I differ at. That's why I'm kind of back and forth. Of course, I would love to see him help the team, but I also get his life. You know what I'm saying? What he trying to accomplish in the long term. You feel what I'm saying?
What I would say, now,
if he's coming back, yeah.
Now what I would say, if it was Nas, if it was Nasor, I would say, look, man, there's nothing to be gained this year, right? There's nothing to be gained this year. If you want to go, if you want to play just to get your legs, get the top, cool. But if not, we chilling. But we got to come back for a year. We got to come back. You know what I'm saying?
I can get that.
Yeah, we got to come back.
I can understand that.
Yo, what's up, E? I'm like, yo, we got to come back. You know what I'm saying? Because we have to show not just yourself, but the scouts that you're the same player, if not better, that you were pre-injury. You know what I'm saying? And that'll be my suggestion. Like Zion needs to come back. You know, to put a whole year of good tape on to show that he's fully healthy from that ACL and he's a player, right? That's just my opinion. If he was my client or my son, but he's not. So if whatever he chooses, I'm gonna respect that, right? I can't sit up here and knock him for it and be like and just be malice because I'm not that individual. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all never gonna hear me dog and ridicule and just be malice towards any young man on this squad. That's not me. That's some other folk. You know what I mean? That's not how I operate. But I operate from just knowing and just watching the draft for years, right? But I would definitely, if he was my son, I would tell Zion to come back and ball out. But if he was, you know what I'm saying? But he's not. I'm going to respect his position. You want to go to the league and make money and have opportunity to change your life and change your family, young man, go chase your dreams. You know what I'm saying? Go make it happen. Go make it a reality. And I respect you for that and respect you for what you did for the Canes and moving forward. Cool. You know, no ill will, but I just think it will serve him best to come back for another year if that's what he wants.
I don't disagree with that at all. So let me address this real quick. The excuse the system doesn't fit the players the biggest BS I've ever heard. That's not BS because that's like Paul Johnson coming to Miami and trying to run the option. That's what right. you feel what I'm saying? Right. You got systems that don't fit certain styles of players. We've heard time and time again.
Hold on, bro. Bro, you don't even gotta say Paul Johnson. Bro, you can go back 3, 4, maybe no, sorry, you go back like 8 years. We already had that here, bro. With D'Onofrio. We ran a 3-4. We didn't have 3-4 personnel. He took a 4-3 in Chicolo and ruined his career.
Systems matter. He ruined his career, bro. And whether you hate Manny Diaz or not, whether you hate him or not, Chicolo would have ate in that defense when he would have played as natural, because he was a pass rushing monster coming out of high school. That was his forte. And then he moved him inside and made him a fucking you know what I'm saying? A reading D tackle.
Right.
Hey, Ablakk and Groov, have you played both running back? Come on, fella. I know you don't want to say you too, probably understand, but Gaddis. Mario is not going out like that. He's going to keep everybody on. Man, bro, I hope he's not that stubborn, bro. I pray that Mario's not that stubborn when he doesn't make changes.
What do you say? Mario's not gonna go out like that. He's going to keep.
You gotta change Gaddis, man.
I think I disagree with that. I disagree with that. Like, all right, so Groov, I'm gonna ask you this, right? I'm gonna ask you this, Groov.
Okay.
Haven't you taken some characteristics and stuff from coaches that's coached you when you was a player, and then when you became a coach, you take on a lot of characteristics from the coaches you respect. From the coaches you respect, right? You take on characteristics. He respects the hell out of Jimmy Johnson. Like, that was his guy.
You said somebody in the league?
He asked that he wanted to come on roster.
What up?
E,
what's good, my boys?
What's going on?
What's up, man?
Shit, out here working. You know how the grind go.
You ain't beat up nobody lately, have you?
Nah. I got too much to live for, man. Can't be going to jail out here for nobody.
I feel you. What's up, brother? Hey, wait, you off Twitter, man? Or you blocked me?
Nah. I'm under Kane's editor. I had to switch it up.
Okay.
But no,
I'm a fuck with you. But you know, man, you go back like Peanuts in the Eminem commercial, man.
No, so what I was saying, right? What I was saying, like, I've taken characteristics from coaches that I respected, right? And I incorporated that into my coaching style. So, like, you know, to Mario, Jimmy and Nick are his mentors. Mm-hmm. He learned from two of the best ever do it. And both of them dudes, as hard as it may be, at some point had to make changes. Jimmy had to do it his very first year at Miami. The majority of Jimmy losses came in his first season. He had to get rid of several people.
What they went 8-4, 8-5?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like the majority of his losses came in that first season. I think Mario was smart enough as a man and as a coach to know, like, you know, like if changes need to be made, he'll make them. He did it at all his other stops. He did it at FIU. He did it at Oregon. So why wouldn't he do it here if it's needed? Like, come on, man. Like, I just disagree with that. But go ahead, E. You got something to say? Rasta, you here?
Yeah. I got a bad connection with this hurricane, man.
Yeah, man, y'all, you be safe out there too.
Yeah, y'all be safe out there, man. Everybody that's in Florida right now that's getting hit with that another storm, man. Your prayers and y'all be safe. You know what I mean? But what's on your mind, E?
Talk to me, man. How you feel about the game Saturday, bro?
Hold on, y'all cutting it out. I'm gonna hop out and hop back in.
All right,
10-4.
But yeah, man. I mean, you know, bro. But like you said,
my thing is this though. Why do you feel like I asked Joe this question yesterday? Why do you feel like fans called for it's not calling for Gaddis' head like they were calling for Eno's head? Because if you look at it, Eno's put up.
You know why? You know why, bro? Because it may be simple or not. Because Gaddis has an award in front of his name, the Broyles Award winner, right? And this is another thing. They look at that Michigan offense and see what it's done and see what it's still doing. But only because he has that title in front of his name, Broyles Award. So that's why they probably, not coming for him. But look what Dan Eno's offense is doing now at Maryland.
Yeah.
Look a lot different. Looks a lot different. Like, man.
But
like
having a quarterback matters, though.
Exactly, it does. Like, you're a boxer. You train boxers. You know what I'm saying? You train boxers. And what you always say, bro, styles make fights.
Fights. Yes, it does.
And offensive coordinators and just coaches, period, of coordinators, period, offense or defensively across the world, even at Little League, you got to think players first, then plays.
Exactly. You have to adjust to what you have. You have to adjust because your personnel is going to change every year. But go ahead. I want to let Roster cook for a second, brother. Talk to us, Roster.
Yeah, y'all can hear me now?
Yeah, bro.
Yes,
go ahead,
sir.
shoot.
Nah, man, I definitely agree, man. I mean, last thing I heard you talk about was like coaches make changes, right? So, I agree with that to an extent though, because we saw Manny Diaz make changes. We didn't see Mark Richt make changes. Don't mean they're a bad coach or what the problem comes by is you make bad decisions sometimes. You got certain guys who interview really, really well, and sometimes that kind of don't really show you the real person. You go back and look, like I heard you guys say the Broyles Award winner, but my thing is he learned under Harbaugh. That was Harbaugh's offense. I'm not sure if Harbaugh called the plays of Gaddis. Last I heard was Gaddis, but I'm pretty sure it was Harbaugh's offense. So, as you're sitting here trying to find your OC, you would think you would find a guy under lineages like that runs a really well offense, who made it to the Super Bowl, who made a college football playoff run last year. You would think, okay, well, I mean, he probably got a really well offense, right? But as you see, like, dang, what's going on here? Why can't we? And I made this comment or tweet the other day. You wanted Michigan's offense, but we don't have Michigan personnel. My tweet behind that was, if you go and look at Michigan's offensive line, I don't think there's one dude that's below 6'5", probably less than 310 pounds.
Facts.
We have young men on this offensive line that's 6 foot. That you're not going to get the same results. Now, I'm not saying just because your height and weight is a certain way, but those dudes aren't the same caliber. You got to put that same amount of talent in there. Now, I'm not blaming Lashley. I'm not blaming the players, because Lashley's his offensive scheme was different than Gaddis's. It will spread you out, let your playmakers make a play, to where this offense is more of, I want to punish the guy in front of me. I want to implicate the run game between the tackles. And a lot of people are like, I hate that. That's the bad offensive scheme. It don't matter about your offensive scheme. It matters about how you execute it. And that's on players and that's on coaching. I'm not like I was all in on whoever is going to be here, and I'm still feel that way. I'm still root for and support whoever's here. But my problem comes when you're not adapting to your personnel. When
that's my only issue, Boston.
And I agree.
Yep.
If you want to be a great offensive coordinator, you got to be able to adapt to your personnel. I could promise you, Sonny Dykes, Brian Kelly, like that may not be their, favorite personnel or what they will recruit.
Ablakk.
I didn't even hear you, my bad, bro. But you see like a lot of these guys have success, but one thing I don't want to happen with our school or our program is what Michigan State had. They had a wonderful first year under Mel Tucker, and then now the season is not going so well. Now, obviously, Mel Tucker can turn it around, and Michigan State can turn it around. I'm not saying that, but I don't want to have like this emotional roller coaster. We're back. Like, oh my God, it's what we wanted, and then next year is what we're kind of dealing with this year. I'd rather see it up and up, and I do trust Mario. I do trust Mirabal and Gaddis and Steele. Like I trust all those guys. They didn't get to this level by being shit coaches, So obviously they know what they're doing and how to do it. It's just they got to gel together. You're a legit coaching staff. You're not a single coach. So egos tend to kill coaching careers. They tend to kill programs. You know, you got to be able to, in my opinion, this whole entire coaching staff needs to be able to sit down, hash out whatever problems are in the coaching office, on the field, wherever they're having problems at, you know, whether it's the players, whatever, because, you know, not this day and age, bro, this transfer portal, it's a benefit, but it's also a curse sometimes too for some programs. You know, so go ahead.
So because when I hear people saying, "Oh, it's gonna be a lot of kids in the there's gonna be a lot of kids in the portal," but I'm like, that's not good because you still gotta restarting your program again because you gotta get new guys accustomed to the way that you're doing instead of having it how we used to have to do it back in the day. You had to adjust. You had to coaching you had to adjust back then to the coaching, to the players and to the coaching that you're receiving because you can't just transfer like that and play. You're gonna lose eligibility because you know what I'm saying. And another thing, and another thing you said that I totally agree with, man. You have to they're gonna have to sit down and they're gonna have to really sit down and talk about. You know what I'm saying, and look at it, and it's gonna fall on Mario to do so, and he's gonna have to lean on Zoe as well. They're gonna have to really look at the, you know what I'm saying, the roster and see what style of play offensively really benefits the squad. You feel what I'm saying?
The meeting of the minds.
You feel what I'm saying? Because it's like, bro, what we've always said, what Miami needs to have, a spread up tempo offense, because the majority of the players that they're gonna recruit, skill player wise, come from what? A spread type offense. You feel what I'm saying? So why put yourself in a box and just run the ball every time when you got guys? You can't tell me, just like you just said, Rasta, coach, they ain't get there to this. They didn't get to this position to forget how to coach, right? And the same thing with these players. They didn't get to this level and have all these accolades and forget how to play football.
Right.
Sometimes it's just putting your players in the best position to make plays. And if you know X is best in the slot, why are you gonna put him on the outside? If you know this player has a problem with getting off jams, why not put him in motion? You know what I'm saying? Why not motion? Why not move him to the slot? You feel what I'm saying? You got Rashard Smith. Why not get him the ball on quick screen plays, move him around, create mismatches? You feel what I'm saying? Right. That's what I want to see. If you're a Bros Award winner, I expect for you to be able to make the necessary changes on the fly. You feel what I'm saying? Like the other greats that won that award. You feel what I'm saying? Because you know, just like I know, Lane Kiffin and Sonny Dykes and all these guys, what they're doing right now, they're scheming these guys open. They're adjusting. They're taking what the defense give them. It seems like we're trying to force feed ourselves on offense instead of taking what the defense give us and adjust and create mismatches. You feel what I'm saying?
I got a question, real quick.
Yes, sir.
What kind of offense did we run in 2000 to 2000 and like 2000, 2001?
This offense right here.
From 99 to 01, what kind of offense did we run?
This offense.
I'm saying that for a reason because somebody made a comment in the comment section. What offense?
I think we ran this style of offense, the style that we're playing right now.
Right.
It resembles 2001 to me.
Right. So it was kind of like a power. It was a pro style, right? Power pro style, right? And it worked for then, right? It worked, right? Mm-hmm. It worked. The players executed it, right? But you had the guys up front to give time, right? I'm only saying this not to what you said about the spread, to what somebody else said that said that this offense can't work here. When it did work before, and we kicked ass with this offense and put up gaudy numbers, and we won a national title, right? It didn't affect Andre Johnson, didn't affect none of the receivers or the backs or the tight ends or the quarterback. At the end of the day, you gotta have the horses. You gotta have the horses, and the horses I'm talking about, you gotta have the cats up front for any for any scheme to work. For any scheme to work.
On the rebuttal I have to that, bro. And I'm sorry to, and I don't mean to cut you off, but I'm just go ahead and finish it. Then I'll jump right back in.
Go ahead. No, but what I was saying was, it's not to what you said. I agree. We need to have a version of a spread offense. I was just saying that to let that individual, I forgot who made the comment, let him know, like, yo, we ran that type of offense before, and it was successful down here with South Florida athletes, because they were trying to say it can't be successful with South Florida athletes.
You know why it worked, Black? If you know why it worked, and this is why I kind of push back on it a little bit, and I kind of get what they're saying, because back then you got to think, Little League, middle school, and high schoolers all mimic what college teams did offensively. You feel what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But we ran a lot of that style, so they came up in that style. Everybody ran that style, but the game today has evolved. You feel what I'm saying? So now you're not really running that under the center and all that type of offense.
I wasn't saying that we should run it.
What you're saying, though.
Yeah,
I was just trying to play the devil's advocate.
Right. I was just making, the point, but I agree with what Mario Cristobal just said. Like, yeah, we had different players, and that's what I just said. You're proving my point. You're proving my point when I said you got to have the horses. So you're proving my point. You're saying what I just said. You know what I'm saying in your comment. But you got to have the horses. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what scheme you run. You got to execute it. Right? You got to execute it.
So I got a question. I don't know if you got to go or not, Russ. I got a question for you. What would you like to see? What would you like to see happen at the end of the season?
I got to get ready to run, man. But I'll answer the question real quick.
Okay.
So to be honest with you, bro, I just want to see change. Whether that's the players, whether that's the coaches, whatever it is, I just want to see what's best for this program to succeed.
Oh shit!
And honestly, I don't feel like there's nothing set in stone that's like, okay, well, this happens, that's what's going to be the best move. You're not going to really know that until next season gets here and we see how that change affected, where we're at and what program. It could be TVD transferring, Jake transferring, we ride with Curry, Emery, and Rashada. That could be the best change, right? We don't know that. TVD coming back next year, it might be the best option. But we technically won't know, okay, Mario fires Gaddis and brings Kendall in. Okay, now you're running a better – we really won't know. But whatever change is made, I just want to make – like, I want to see them say, I feel like this is the best change, and this is where we're going to move forward. And honestly, I think it all starts with how this offseason moves, because this whole season kind of set – I don't want to say set the program back, but it kind of set every fans, like in my head, I said 10-2. And me and you talked about it. I said 10-2, 9-3 at worst, and anything less than that, it is. It's a failure. Losing to Middle Tennessee State should have never happened. Losing to Duke should have never happened.
I'm so happy you said that, bro. You good with me. You good with me, Rasta. Now you good with me, brother. I just wanted to hear you say it. It's a failure. That's all I want to hear.
It's a failure. This season is. Now, the recruiting and all that I'm not including that. I'm saying this.
Oh, no, hell no. Me either. Recruiting is off the chain.
Yeah, it's about to hit fucking the earthquake's about to happen in a couple weeks. It's only gonna get better. But to me, the season's done. I don't care if we win another game. I don't care if we go to a bowl game. None of that matters to me. You gotta literally watch this season and move forward. And I said the same thing. Manny Diaz first year. Said the same thing. Rick's first year. Golden's first year. Like I'm gonna support whoever's sitting there in that chair. But this season is done. It don't matter if you go to Clemson and beat Clemson. That's cool, whatever. But it's still the way you've lost the rest of this year. None of that matters. You legit have to focus on next year, who you're bringing in, who's staying, and that's coaches and players. That's not just, because everybody likes to say, oh, well, players are transferring. There's some coaches that need to transfer too. They need to hit that portal. Like if you're not going to buy in.
It's a wash.
It is, like my thing is, I personally believe that some of these coaches ain't bought in, because if you look at them on the sideline And I literally watched Gaddis sit on the bench and not even talk to anybody. That's a problem. You know, as an offensive coordinator, as a Broyles Award winner, you can't sit on the sideline, bro, and just, you know,
soak.
I guess.
No,
like,
you have to be in your players, in their heads, and asking them, yo, what do you see? Help me help you. What do you see? It has to be constant conversation between the coordinators and whoever the leader of that particular ball they coaching. If it's defense, he need to be talking to the mic. Like, yo, what you see? Tell me what's going on. But I didn't mean to cut you off, E. Go ahead, bro.
No, I agree, man. You know, whatever changes are made, you're bringing in pretty much a whole new players, personnel next year. You know, we're gonna lose a lot to graduation. There's gonna be some players that hit the portal. That's fine, man. Like I wish nothing but best to the kids, to the coaches. I don't care what you do. It's your decision. It's not mine. I'm still be there in the stands next year. But whatever it needs to happen to get this team on the ball, you know, a lot of people don't like to hear it, bro, but I really see like us being in that FSU stage from a couple years ago. You know, they lost a ton of players to the portal and had to revamp that roster. You know, I know a lot of people are like, no, we're not FSU, we're not that. Yeah, we kind of are, bro. 20 plus years of mediocrity or less, or whatever you want to call it. You know, you got to turn this entire program around. You know, glad now you have an administration that's behind you. You have boosters. You know, like a quote unquote program is behind you now that we haven't had in 20 plus years. That's not going to change overnight. You know, I'm not saying we're going to go 10-2. My whole expectations is changed even for next year. You know, usually every year I'm like, bro, 10-2, 9-3, like that's bare minimum. Next year, shit, just give me the 6-6. You know, like I want to just see improvement, bro. I want to see kids go out there and fight and have the heart, you know, to play football. Like, you know, I'm older, bro. My football days are long gone, but I promise you, I still go out there and bust somebody's head just for the fun of it because I love the game.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
That's what I want to see. You know, running out the tunnel through the smoke, bro. That's an honor. You know, there's greats that would kill to relive that moment. You know,
without a doubt.
So,
like, yo, I would love to run through the smoke.
Bro, I sit in the tunnel right there and watch it. Yeah, man. Hey, I appreciate y'all boys, man. Hey, I'll be on tonight, man. Y'all come through and turn up with your boy, man.
You already know.
All right, man. Love y'all boys.
Appreciate the infamous roster. Yes, sir. Check the boys out. What time they going on? Let's read some of these comments. We got a lot of comments, bro. I think the fan base and media, just everybody in general, think this is a rebuild and take time. I mean, bro, this not no. I mean, personally, I didn't feel like it was a rebuild. I think we had all the key places and the key players in place to be successful, man. You know, injuries happen, but shit, you got to figure out a way to work around everybody hurt in college football right now. Did you want to take this one, Black?
Groove. With that all being said. Yeah, what does that mean? And now at the end of the season, when the exodus happened, I hear you though, but it ain't gonna change what's gonna happen.
I mean, that's fine, but I'm just saying, don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all, it sounds good right now to say, okay, you'll be okay with losing next next year. I'm not a loser. I'm not a loser. I'm not okay with that.
And with that being said, when I say I'm not a loser, I don't even bet on my team to lose.
Exactly.
Like,
I lost money this weekend betting on Florida. I'm betting on Miami. You know how much money I done lost this year betting on Miami? I'm never bet against my team.
I'm never gonna bet against my squad, right? Never. And I tell you, I was like, yo, we should have been 10-2 this year. I went on record, said 10-2. And I said, if not, the season's a wash. But I'm gonna double back down. I'm gonna say 10-2 again next year. Depending on what we get. What we get as recruits or in the transfer portal. I may say 11-1. I don't know. I may be drunk off of Martinelli's and say undefeated. I don't know.
But I don't get this right here. Being realistic won't take. Why does it have to take Miami to 2026 to get this thing right? When Mark Richt came in his first year with a worse roster and won 9 games.
Nah, it ain't gonna take to no 20.
It shouldn't take. If we look like this in 2024, if we get the doors blown off by Florida, he will not be the coach at the end of that season. You think those people are really investing that money to not see change? If we don't see an uptick in production by 2024, his third year, if we not in the title game, you think these people are gonna be calling, hey, look, we gave you everything you asked for. You got the transfer portal. You feel what I'm saying? Bro. Make some shit. You got NIL deals. Make some shit happen, or we're gonna have to get somebody in here that's gonna do it.
Hey, bro.
It shouldn't take 2026, but I respect your opinion, Steven, but I can't agree with that.
By next year, I'm saying it right now. What's today's date? November 10th, 2022. I'm gonna say next year we're gonna be in the title game. Next year, you gotta remember too. You remember, bro. It's not gonna be the Atlantic and the Coastal. It's gonna be one big division. It's gonna be one big division. So, I think next year we'll be in the conference championship.
By year 3, we need to be fighting for a playoff spot.
Yeah, exactly. By year 3 in the playoffs. By year 4 in there consistently.
Because in the top 12. We need to be in the top 12.
Exactly. In the playoff consistently from 2024 and beyond. In there consistently. Right? Consistently. So, I mean, but I respect your opinion. You know what I'm saying? I respect it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna shoot it down, but this is
with the program my way of thinking. Than we thought. We only knew what was going on Ice Kurt just to ride with. I mean, I ain't got no choice but to ride with it. You know what I'm saying? I have no power to get him removed from the program. I want Mario to prove me wrong.
Hey, let me ask this dude. Mario Cristobal, cut what shit out, bro? What are you talking about? Cut what out? What did I say? This dude right here. What happened? Like, cut what out? I need you to explain, bro. Cut what out? Explain, cut what out? What I just said about being consistently in the playoffs by 2024? Like,
let's go back up real quick.
And Tony, why can't we be in the ACC championship game? Why can't we? You act like, why can't we? Well, why? So
it looks like North Carolina's gonna be in the championship game, right? Against they're gonna be playing against Clemson, right? So my thing is this: UNC got a team full of new players. They lost their starting quarterback.
Yeah. What are you talking about?
So why we can't be up there, bro? I think it's all about
the crystal ball. Like, you said that. Like, by 2024, with the way we're going to be recruiting and bringing stockpiling talent with the 2023 class on top of what was brought in 2022, 2023, by 2024, like we said, we should be bidding for the top 12 for the playoffs. From then on out, from 24 on out, we should be in the playoff, the top 12 every year from that. So you cut it out, dude. Get out of here. I'm talking to you. Probably can't even tie your shoes and chew gum at the same time. Shut up.
Slim Shady Kane. You say you want to jump on. I'm gonna post it for you real quick, bro.
And make it.
I just sent it.
Facts, Jay. Hey, facts, Jay. Jay, facts. I mean, cats acting like the ACC is this tough juggernaut conference, bro.
Well, let's get you in real quick. What's up, Slim?
What's going on, fellas?
Chilling.
What's up, bro?
I'm gonna be honest. Y'all setting yourselves up for failure. Y'all really are.
Why you feel
and I'm gonna take this one issue at a time. I've heard this not just from y'all, but from a lot of people. What y'all said about putting the players in the best position to win. Is 3 defensive coordinators in 3 years the best position to win? Nobody can succeed with that. But y'all ready to run everybody out of town again? Y'all ready to start back over from square one again?
Who's y'all? We didn't say.
I'm saying offensively. Offensively, it's not getting done. I mean,
same thing with offense. Why is it Gaddis had success at Alabama with South Florida players? Enos had success with South Florida players at Alabama, running this exact same system, but it don't work with players that are here. What's the difference between them being in Alabama and them being in Miami? Nothing.
I didn't say it didn't work here, but what I said was you need the horses, and the horses are you need the cats up front.
You absolutely do, and you ain't going to get that overnight.
No, not at all.
Yeah, but that's not true. That's not true. Football is a lot different nowadays, my man. You feel what I'm saying? Football is a lot different.
But what isn't different is, especially at offensive line, that's a position you physically have to grow into. Nobody should ever start as a true freshman in the offensive line.
I agree with you, but in some exceptions, I definitely agree with you on that. But my thing is this: you can scheme for a bad line. You can scheme it. If you have the right scheme, you can scheme and win games still with a bad line. Do you think TCU has a great offensive line?
It's better than ours. It's not elite.
How do you figure that?
Because TCU doesn't have elite talent, but it's better because look at them play.
I've watched
5 or 6 college football games every Saturday, so I've watched complete TCU games. So what I'm saying is, I've watched TCU and their offense run. Their offensive line is playing better than ours. Doesn't mean they're more talented, but they're playing better.
Yes, because the scheme that they're running, that's what I'm trying to get you to see. It's a style of play. It's a style of play that they have right now.
Let's look at
the same team won 3 games last year.
Let's look at the style of play.
They best running back transferred to Ole Miss, bro. They best player on offense with the Ole Miss.
Okay, let's look at the style of play. I'm assuming y'all watched all the Miami games this year, so y'all have seen what we've done. We've run 5 wide, 4 wide, 3 wide, bunch sets, goal line formations, and these players can't execute any of it. Any of it.
It's the coach's job to teach. It's the coach's job to break it down to a science to where a player understands what the message they're trying to put down. It's on the coach.
I agree with that.
Hold on. Now, if the player can't adjust, they need to get out the game. They need to put somebody else in. But if they continue to put that player out there, you can only fault the coach.
But it's like Black said, we're to the point they can't help but put them out there because of depth issues.
Okay, if that's the case, you need to adjust to what they can do best then. I'm not finna sling it 50. I'm not finna sling it 50 times with Jakari Brown if I know he's not the best passer. I'm gonna utilize his skill set, which is running read option.
Okay, and they did sling it 50 times with Van Dyke, who can do it, and they still lost the game. I mean, how much variation do you want them to do if they still cannot get it done?
However, they need to change to get the W's, because at the end of the day, it falls on them.
I think people need to realize you're just not getting W's this year. You're just not.
Let me say this real quick. At some point, right, like what Groov is saying and what you're saying, Slim, at some point, as coaches, if we all the coaching staff, right, everybody that's in here, we're on the coaching staff. We got to sit down and we be like, yo, how can we simplify this thing? We got to dumb this thing down. We got to dumb this thing down so a third grader can do it right now because of what we're dealing with, what we had, right? Of course, we're not gonna run the same offense with Jakari what we would with TBD. Offense.
No, they're running the Wildcat with Jakari.
Yeah, exactly. You got to run things that's gonna cater to his strength.
Yep.
Right.
And they've done that.
And guess what? You notice when Jakari's in the game, the running game works a little better because it's a fear of him pulling that thing and creeping out the backside. So yeah, look, man, they getting paid millions of dollars. They the professionals. They gotta come together. They gotta figure it out.
But that's exactly my point. It did work. You're right. The run game did work a little better, but they still couldn't score with him.
What I get that, and I don't have an answer for that. None of us. I don't have an answer for why we can't score.
I think what this comes down to, fellas, is what we dealing with is a total lack of talent. Anybody got no talent, bro?
God.
No, it ain't a lack of talent, man.
Hold on.
Hold on, niggas.
We're gonna let hey, Slim. Slim, we appreciate you for jumping on, man. We're gonna let these guys talk so we can get some more people in. We'll appreciate, but I respect everything you said, brother. Who was up first? I think niggas was up first.
No, go ahead. He started talking.
It was Kane Zay. Go ahead. What you got to say, Zay?
What's up, fellas? Nah, I'm just saying, like, after that game, man, it's just like, I just think it might not be no talent. I just feel like if you think about it and just listen to what Cristobal always preaching in the conference, he's always saying mental toughness this, toughness that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he has to get his own players in there, the ones with the mind state, the same mind state he has, we have to be on. Because I mean, if you really look at it, I know it's a different staff, but it's the same players. I mean, last year we started the game against Florida State, 20-7. So it seems like anytime it gets rough, the team just goes in the tank and fold. It's been like that, seemed like for a few years now. So
let me ask you a question.
I gotta see this is why I have to push back at. Last year, you just pointed out that we was down 20-7. Did we not come? We was down 27-7. Did we not come back and have the lead in the game with when fourth and 14 with like a minute or something left in the game? Did we not? Were we not leading the game?
We definitely came back in that game, yes, sir.
Okay, so also 2018, we was down 27-7 to Florida State. What happened that game? Who won?
We came back and won that game.
Okay, so you can't say that this team is just fold because they didn't fold last year. They could have easily if they folded, why did we go on a 6-game winning streak last year? So that when I hear people say these kids have no heart, when I hear people say this team has no heart, these players have no heart, I feel that's false. We have talent. These kids you don't become a 4- and 5-star player and you don't have talent. That's not true at all. Because if you say that, why are we bigging up this recruiting class that we have right now? That's going to probably be top 5. So we're going to say that those players are not good, or we're going to say I'm good just because Mario recruited them. Nobody was saying that. Nobody said Brashard Smith wasn't a good player prior to he signed up with Miami. Nobody said Romello Brinson was a sorry player. Nobody said Jacoby George was sorry. Nobody said X was sorry. Nobody said Ja'Cory Brown was sorry. Nobody said TVD was sorry. Nobody said that Jake Garcia was sorry. Nobody talked about Zion Nessa being sorry. You feel what I'm saying? Nobody talked about Arroyo being sorry when they signed with the University of Miami. So why all of a sudden, when things are not going right with a coach that everybody likes, you want to place the blame on the player, and it's just the coaching is not up to par right now. Not meaning that it can't get up to par, because it can. Right now, all of a sudden, it's just on the players, and that's not fair. The players are not sorry. Maybe they're not executing at a high level, but the players are not sorry from a talent aspect. Because I guarantee you, if Urban Meyer, a Lane Kiffin, or Nick Saban, or somebody, it'll look totally different. So you can't say these, and that's one thing I don't agree with, is calling these players sorry. You can say they're not executing at a high level, but these players that we have on this roster is far from not talented. Because everybody in America wanted these players before they signed with Miami, including Mario Cristobal, because he recruited 80 to 90% of these players when he was at Oregon.
Nah, they're talented, but talent and production. I mean, they need to start producing,
exactly. But they have to.
Exactly,
that don't mean they're sorry. You have to do what you need to do to get it out.
They definitely not sorry. But hey, Nick, who's it? J Love T, go ahead. You up?
Another thing I want to back up, Zay. The blue chip ratio, Miami had the edge over Florida State. So I hope people need to. I hate when one person says something, then the whole fan base just use the same thing. Come on
exactly.
Now, it's okay to disagree or agree. Now I wanted to go back to what Slim Shady said earlier in anything. Black, I completely agree with what you said. If you being paid all this money, we ain't got time to rebuild. This year, it was a disaster. But if you're being paid the highest paid coach in the state of Florida, there's no excuses. Figure it out. So, yes, I'm still asking for 10-2 next year. How they going to do it? I don't know. That's why you're getting paid the big money. Am I right or am I wrong?
You right, brother. You can't. If you buy a car that's $50,000, you don't expect that motherfucker to run like a 2002 Honda Civic. You feel what I'm saying?
Hey, hold up. Hey, look. You might want to pick a different model because them Hondas run forever.
But what I'm saying, but
I get you. No,
what you feel. But if I buy a Bentley, I don't expect it to run. If I buy a Cadillac Escalade, I don't you know what I'm saying? I don't expect it to run like a 4Runner.
No, I got you. No, without a doubt. Like I said, look, man.
I definitely agree with you, J Love.
I don't know.
And I wasn't coming at you with no ill malice either, my brother. I want to clarify that.
I don't know who said it.
No, it's all good, bro.
I don't know who said it, but no coach in America forgets how to coach just because they're having a bad season.
Yeah.
Right? No coach forgets how to coach. It's just you just having a bad year. Something there's a disconnect there. Something ain't connected.
I think
so. That's where you sit down. You have a meeting of the minds, like Rasta said.
Can you put yourself on mute?
Like Rasta said, you have a meeting of the minds, and you sit down and you figure, yo, what we got to do to fix this, to get this right, heading into winter conditioning, spring ball, and stuff like that. So the same thing does not arise next season.
Facts.
So the same thing don't arise. That's what you have to do. That's what men do as coaches and as men. We have to be able to sit down and say I'm the DC, right? Say I'm the DC, right? Let's say Groove is the DB coach, right? And say J Love, say you the D-line coach. I gotta be man enough and humble enough to accept anything y'all bring to me as advice, right? That's gonna help out the team. I have to be, and that's what coaches do. We're all eyes, so you may see something that I don't see. So Groove hey. Yo, that weak alpha dog blitz is prime. They not expecting it. All right, shit, I'm gonna call it.
Let's try.
Let's try. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't see everything. That's why you have as many coaches and people up in the box or down on the field for the extra set of eyes. But you got to be humble enough and man enough to accept other opinions, and that goes across the board. Because you hear from NFL coach who said, "Oh, this coach didn't want to hear shit. It was his way or the highway, and all this other stuff." But then you hear other great coaches be like, "Yo, I accept everything." And some coaches who wasn't like that, like Nick Saban, he was like that. But as he got older, he adjusted and started to let his coordinators do more of the coaching. You know what I'm saying? Like Kirby Smart. He let Kirby Smart start to do more of the defensive play calling and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? What catapulted Kirby Smart to where he is right now. So, like Rasta said, they got to have a sit down. Like I said, a meeting of the minds, yo. A meeting of the minds, because they all get minds in that room.
Let my boy Niggas cook. What's up, brother?
Yeah, Niggas.
Appreciate y'all. I was patient. I could wait. Man,
no, you good. It's on you. I got everybody muted except for you.
There's a couple of the things that, from the standpoint, is mistakes on every end. They trying to blame coaches. They trying to blame players. And then the fans don't even see the dumb shit that they do they damn selves. So I'm gonna attack the fans first. Y'all can't sit here and say you love the team, but then you sit here and jump into YouTube and you talk all this bad shit about the team. You got no sort of positivity about the team, but you mess around and say you're a hurricane. If you want to sit there, jump on Twitter and jump on YouTube and everywhere else and bad talk the team, don't be a fucking fan. Get the fuck out of the place. Because it don't make no sense to be sitting here. I love the Hurricanes, and you don't believe that we could win every year. If you can't think and believe that you're supposed to win every game, you're not a fan. The word fan means fanatic. I mean, you can't even think normal when it comes to your damn team. If you can't think like that, dip, go find another team. We don't need you. So that's for the fans. And then from the standpoint of the coaches of the players, it's a two-way fold. They sitting here trying. It's not one person or the other person. The team is not just players. The team is players and coaches as a unit. So when one person messes up or doesn't do right, it's everybody get the blame. Ultimately, we're gonna always blame Mario because he the head man. But everybody in trouble. Them players got talent. And people need to see that in some of these games, it ain't coaching. Because it's some things where if the quarterback don't see the open player, that's not the coach's fault. If he schemed the player open and it's multiple receivers out there, that's the QB fault. That's not the coach fault. If you got a running back that take the wrong hole or a linebacker that take the wrong gap, that's on the players. That's not the coaches. Now what happened with Florida State? Man, they just got to understand. The one thing I hated about Florida State, the one thing I hated about Middle Tennessee, one thing I hated about Duke, it ain't the loss. It's the way we lost because at the end of the day, man, they've been playing football for forever. Football is a physical sport. And I'm gonna use you as a boxer for right now, Groov. In boxing, boy, you know what you're getting into. You is not about to sit there and just keep taking this shit and eating them licks to the face. You gotta fight back at some point. And the only difference between football and boxing is the ref can't stop and be like, hey, boy, he ain't defending himself. We gotta stop the fight. In football, they gonna let them keep stepping on your damn neck until you show that you gonna do something. And if you don't do something, when that clock hits zero, it show everything that you had in you. If you ain't got nothing in you, no will to fight, it is what it is. When it comes to Gaddis, it's like what y'all said earlier. And I ain't just picking out Gaddis, but they gotta understand this because Black, I said it plenty of times. You work with what you have. Everybody want to sit here and say Gaddis is bad. I get that he ain't got his players. The only problem I have with Gaddis is that he ain't worked with what he got. If you given a certain set of tools, you only got it. You do it, what you do with it. His title says OC. It didn't say certain players that I'm going to be a coordinator for. It says OC. That means everybody on that offense, he got to make that shit work somehow. Period. That was the only difference between him and Lashley. Because somebody earlier was like, different DCs. They had no different DCs. They had many. It don't matter if doggone Blake Baker was there or not, because when everybody was blaming Blake Baker, man, that man made it to a different team and he been doing good in the SEC at that. So that man obviously know what the hell he was doing. And then if they don't remember too, that was Blake Baker defense from the year before he came on coach that whooped our ass and gave us that goose egg in the bowl game, that Louisiana Tech team. So they need to go back and actually pay attention to the facts and find out stuff before they start talking shit about these coaches. They ain't doing none of their homework, but they come and argue. Like they that don't make no damn sense. And Black, we talked about it. First year, man, coaches ain't gonna be what it is. The reason that this team looks so bad, it ain't just coaching, it's some coaching issues, it's some personnel issues. And then you tell me who the hell is going to win football games with all these damn injuries. Injuries ain't no excuses. But boy, when they start piling up like that, your season is fucked.
Mm-hmm. Straight like that.
All right. So you got anything else you want to say, niggas? We gonna
I'm gonna let them get on. I just had to straighten that shit out. I'm tired of these fans talking shit in the chat.
You make some really good points, for real. You make some really, really good points. Trying to clear up some of these spaces for some of these other
guys. Let me hop
out
of here. Appreciate y'all, boys.
Man, I appreciate you, man.
No doubt, niggas.
Next, man?
Let me add one more thing before I go.
Jay Blaze.
What can change for next year? I really do think, unfortunately, Ponce gotta go. Because if the QBs regress, how they regress, I don't mind Gaddis staying, but we need a real QB coach. I told people over the summer, but they keep bringing up the halfback pass in the blizzard. I don't know why. It's one play. It was freaking almost 10 years ago. Let it go.
It wasn't even
Bring
snowing
back
bad, though.
Coley.
I posted that, bro. J Love, I posted that clip, and it wasn't even snowing.
Yeah, it wasn't.
It was a
Bring
great
back
call.
James
They
Coley.
just missed the pass.
Bring back James Coley. He's been the best media evaluator for the University of Miami in the past 20 years. The man was so good when he left, the guys he recruited was still on the field for us for the next 6 years. Who recruited Perry? Coley. Who recruited Rasheer? Coley. Who recruited Kaya? Coley. So we need to fix that.
You ain't saying nothing wrong, brother. I agree.
That's the
I agree.
I think Lashley was the QB coach also, right? For us, he was in charge of setting up schemes for the QBs. It had to be him.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
Lashley.
I'm not opposed to bringing Coley in as a I don't oppose to bringing him in as a co-OC and receivers coach.
Yeah, man, let's make it happen. But man, thank you guys, man. You guys have a blessed one, man.
All right, bro. Appreciate you for tuning in, bro. I think Jay Blaze, you want to cook for a second?
What's going on? I'm on the Storm.
What's up, brother Jay?
Show. I'm on the
What's up, man?
show with Big Groov and Ablakk, baby.
What's going on, bro?
What's up, brother Jay?
Nothing much, man. Hey, man, I'm just sitting back listening to all the Canes fans, y'all talking, man. Y'all hitting on some great points. I'm telling y'all doing it. I think all
appreciate you,
all
brother,
of
for
us
you always tapping in with us.
Oh yeah, all of us want us to win, man. We all want to win. You know what I'm saying? And we got a lot of expectations, you know what I'm saying, coming into the season, with the new administrator, new head coach, Mario Cristobal. It's a lot of new things going on, and it's some positive things you can take out the season. This season it's a lot of negative things you can take out the season for real. And we definitely not pleased and unhappy of the results so far. But we gotta look back. Sometimes, man, we gotta just sit back and look at the big picture. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it gotta take some time now. Like I was talking to Coach Hayes, you got some first year coaches out here really doing it. You know what I'm saying? They really being successful. But everything, all situations is different. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to the staff and different personnel, different type of players. But one thing we got to look at is when things are new, it takes time to develop. It's going to take time to develop the kids, but we got to get the right type of elite talent on the team. But like my man said, with the talent that you do have, you got to develop them too. You got to coach what you got. You know what I'm saying? That's a part of being a great coach is no matter if they poor little Timmy or they elite, you still got to coach what you got. But you can't coach effort. You can't coach passion. You know what I'm saying? If that puppy go out there and he ain't no pit bull, I mean, it's just it is what it is. You got poor little Timmy. You know what I'm saying? And if you got poor little Timmy and you got a great coach, they gonna look at the coach. But overall, the coach looking at the player like, man, I'm coaching you, but you're not giving me the effort. You know what I'm saying? Or you're not executing the play. But all in all, definitely we got to give time to what's new. That's what I'm saying. I'm coming in saying, man, it's going to give at least a few years to get Mario, get his players who he want, and then he's going to have to coach them up. You know what I'm saying? It's going to time to develop these
I got a question for you, brother Jay. I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
So year 3, Mario, what should the record be?
Okay, year 3, every year, no matter how many years you counting, it should be an improvement every single year. The program should improve every single year. This year, we got the foundation. If you want to build a house, you done lay the concrete of the foundation. You know, you got the concrete slab. It's a square, big square. You build the foundation. You got the administrator, and you got a head coach that's passionate about winning. He might not be an X's and O's. That's why Coach Hayes said he's going to be successful being he get good coordinators under him. He need good coordinators, X's and O's coaches up under Mario to be successful. But Mario, great talent. His attributes are leadership and recruiting. That's his attributes, leadership and recruiting. But a good coordinator, an excellent coordinator under Mario with that leadership and recruiting can be something special. Now, again, the beginning of this season, remember, it took a long time for us to find an OC. I don't think, in the bottom of my heart, I don't believe that Gaddis was his first choice. He probably end up with Gaddis, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, he tried to
I don't know
put
if you just end up with the Bros Award winner.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Well,
I don't know. I think he probably was his first choice, honestly.
Okay.
I think all that other stuff with Browse and all them was kind of smoke and mirrors. Me personally, but who am I? I'm probably wrong, but I think.
Well, you're right. Me or you don't even know that answer. We don't know that answer. You know, I don't think a lot of people don't know that answer. But if it is or if it ain't, he's going to need a good coordinator under him. We're going to need an X's and O's type coordinator who knows with a good scheme, because he has the leadership, the motivation. He can try to motivate his players. He got the good leadership. He's passionate about winning. He definitely, Miami is at his heart. He want Miami to win. We don't have a coach he definitely for Miami. You know what I'm saying? And he can recruit well, you know, so
I agree.
You just got to give it time. So my answer is to what you just said.
I just want I heard to great wins. I just want his great recruiting to turn into victories. You feel what I'm saying? But you got anything else you want to say before we get out of here?
Yeah. I want to say, man, hey, much love to y'all, man. Be strong. I just want to tell y'all, it's a lot of people might watch our channel that you might not even be in contact with. They just watch, you know what I'm saying? And you never know what people's struggles going through. You know what I'm saying? You never know. They watch, they passionate. You know, you got a lot of people that is not able to travel to the game, you know, because of whatever situation. But they passionate about their Miami Hurricanes. And I see a lot of passion throughout the whole Miami Hurricane fan base that I see, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, whatever. I see a lot of people that want to win, and God made us in different ways to a point where we all have different type of opinions, you know, and there's nothing wrong with having a different opinion, but facts is facts. You know what I'm saying? Opinions are opinions. So, you know, it's cool to respect people's opinions and not argue from brother to brother. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And like I said,
that's just my nature, though. But that's just my nature, man. I'm an argumentative person. You know what I'm saying? But I don't be meaning no malice.
Hey, some are alpha dogs. You know what I'm saying? Some people.
Yeah. Hey, look, all the time.
We argue all the time offline. But like I told him, I texted him the other day. I'm like, yo, you my brother, man. I love you. You know what I'm saying? Right. But look, what he ain't telling, but check this out. What he ain't telling y'all, I've been whipping his ass and picking these games we had going on. I've been whipping his.
He has. I can't count. And I said this. D-Black this year, D-Black no more football than me this year. I give D-Black that. This year, D-Black knows more football than Groov. I give him that title this year. This year, I can't say nothing. He knows more football than me this year. This year, he got the title.
Confession.
He been skinning me. I gotta give it to him. He been skinning.
Hey, Groov, get you a stogie and a good drink, man. Sit back.
Yes, sir, man. But we appreciate you for stopping in, brother Jay Blaze, man. Always positive guy, man. We love you on Storm Water, man.
Hey, look, I know my son has been doing.
You got something about nephew? Yes, sir.
Yeah, my son has been doing this thing on the football field, but I'm proud of what he's done on the football field so far, but nothing made me more prouder than this Tuesday at the school where he hit the honor roll. You know what I'm saying, for the first quarter. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all put some claps in there for you know what I'm saying, for nephew, man, on that
my son
academic team, man.
Yeah,
you know
he made
he's doing it in the classroom and the book.
I hear you, Daddy. I hear you.
Like, you know, look, I'm being greedy, right? Because my youngest son, he just missed the honor roll by like 3 points, yo.
Right,
like 3 points. He just missed it. He was hot. Let me tell you, he was hot, Jack. He said
he gonna get there.
Hey, look, he said, Big Bro made it. Big Bro made it. Big Brother's been doing this thing, but that honor roll is awesome.
That's all right, man. That's all right, man. Hey, but much love to y'all, man. Y'all keep pushing and doing y'all thing.
Appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate you, brother. Man, this is the longest show we done did in a minute. Hour and 25 minutes, man. We want to thank everybody for stopping in. You know what I'm saying? Please hit that like button, comment, and subscribe, and share. Tell a Kane to come check out the boys from Storm Warning. You know we give it to you raw and uncut. Y'all can be yourself on, you know what I'm saying, on this show. You feel what I'm saying? If you want to, you know what I'm saying, contribute to the channel, you know what I'm saying? We ain't at 1,000 subscribers, so we can't benefit from our content on YouTube. So please help us get up to 1,000 subscribers. You know what I'm saying? And also, if you want to contribute to us, there's our cash apps at the bottom. You know what I'm saying? A little quick dono, man. Help us out so we can, you know, get some more features on StreamYard and things of that nature, man. Because, you know, like I said, we pay for this out of our pocket each month. You know what I'm saying? But we appreciate Rasta, niggas. Who else? Brother J Love. Who else? Corey.
Kane Zay.
KZ, we appreciate everybody that jumped in, man. Yeah. And I want to comment to Max. Money does. Yes, it does. Money does. When you open your wallet up, money does fix the problems of 20 years. Because we weren't putting money into the program. Money does fix the program. But like I said again, like, comment, subscribe, tell a Kane, and we out this thing. You got something you want to say, bro, before we dip?
Nah, man, I just want to, once again, thank everybody. E, you know, you my man. Appreciate you coming through. Negus, my other dude, my other brother, you know what I'm saying? Kane Zay, J Love, brother Jay. Appreciate all y'all that stopped through on this Thursday afternoon. Y'all can do anything, but you decided to spend it with us, and we appreciate that. You know, help us get this page to 1,000 subs. And yo, let's go out and get this dub against Georgia Tech. Period.
Yes, sir. We out this thing, baby. Yeah.